Then jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Turn it up, y'all. Beat flow. Are you ready? Set. Jump to the rhythm as hard as you can go. Keep it steady. To the letter, right? Turn it up. We giving the show. But can you rock it like rocket fuel? What you talking about? Space out your mind. But can you rock it like rockets, fool? That's a close encounter of what kind?
From a venue that's been sold out since it opened back in 2002, there's a look at the home of the Patriots.
Y'all already know what time it is, huh? Playing skills, you did. Playing skills. Ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, car on the wrist, hole in the wrist, watch out flip, watch out whip, I'm in the whip, hole in the wrist, I never switch, ice on the wrist, I get the money but I never switch. They saying you switch it, you won't get it. You know they came from the bottom and now we is lit. You was lit, I gotta get it, I gotta get it. You hating cause ice on the wrist. Why bet you wanna be famous, They Ella they made us, You know I'm icy in Vegas, This for the that haters, I make a lot of new money, When the not savers, be liking my flavor, I think it's cause ice on the wrist, on the wrist, on the wrist. Watch out, cuz I never switch, I never switch, I never switch, I never switch. Ice on the wrist, ice on the wrist.
All right, Coach, thank you. EA Sports coverage of the National Football League brings us to Gillette Stadium in Foxborough, Mass. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New England Patriots. Here's Jason Sanders now to get this one started, and we are underway in Foxborough.
That's it, baby. We gonna work. We go! 60 or. Get this. You're out. Check 25.
They'll run on first down. Robbins. And an early how do you do right there as they're going to bury him in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of a yard on the game's first play. Second down. A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11.
Check tight. Check 3. Hey, lock it. Now.
2nd and 11. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long.
Hard. Check 52.
And not a whole lot to speak of there as they'll bring him down shy of the 20. Just a gain of 2 there, and it's going to bring up a 4th down.
Well, not a big gain with that play, but what they're doing is they're spreading the defense out, probing a little bit, and what they're hoping probably is that later in the game, they can create a matchup that they can exploit for big yardage later.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Patriots will have great starting position as they take over 1st and 10.
Ready, set. 94 is the mark.
Stop your whining.
Let's go.
On 1st and 10, here's Brady. Oh, he's going to air it out right away. And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far at 2nd down.
When offenses dial up big shots downfield, they're not always for the guys out wide. Sometimes they want to go to their big target, deep downfield, and the defense breathes a sigh of relief. 50-50 balls, not easy to get away from the big targets.
On 2nd and 10, Brady. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there, trying to take a shot, but it's 3rd down. Not sure what happened out there, but it looked like the timing was a little off on that throw.
Well, you know I'm a defender, so what am I going to say?
Great defense.
And darn right, they did something to disrupt that timing.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. He can run for it, and he will. The keeper nets him only a yard, and that's going to bring up 4th.
Anytime you decide to use your quarterback as a runner, most of the time when you design a play, you're expected to break a little bit bigger than this one, because when you run him on short gains, your risk-reward and him taking hits, I'm not sure that's the payoff they were looking for.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good start. The Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Check nickel. Go. Hey, Charlie.
March 43. March 43.
Throwing on first down. Dowdy. That's complete to his running back, Grant. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Corey Grant, 54 yards, as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. The extra point splits the uprights, and that makes the score 7-0. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Fielded about a yard deep. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30 to the 33-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And a 3 and out on that first drive. We'll see if they can do better here.
They should have a better opportunity because the nerves should be settled now. That first series, everybody goes out with a little extra emotion. So now they get a chance to go back out and say, okay, now we're into the game. Let's go play and play as best we can.
You almost get a mulligan then on that first drive?
Sometimes it absolutely serves that way. You get a second opportunity. Nothing big happened. But then again, you didn't commit any mistakes either. Off you go.
He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. A big-time gain there on the keeper, using his legs to hurt him. First down. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30.
Watch the screen. Watch twin.
Recon, 152 fighter. Fight.
Step, and now a fumble. Brady loses the football. And this is picked up by the Dolphins. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line.
And this is where you need the quarterback to morph into being a running back. The ball can't be away from his body. It can't be loose. It can't be held like he's going to throw it. Tuck it away. Take care of it because he's going to run through a lot of traffic.
And if he doesn't take care of it, we're going to see less design runs like that. On first down, it's Grant. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of a yard there, and now second down.
That's a really alert defense there because they saw the heavy look come in from the offense, countered it with extra linebackers who brought a little bit of speed and heft, and able to really make a big-time play for their defense.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
That would have been a great catch, but it was real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
Go. 43 is the mark, boy. 43. Check.
Looking to throw. Downey. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
Well, that's the second time he's been sacked so far in the first half, and if they have designs on having a big year, on going anywhere, they've got to find a way to keep him upright so he can throw the football.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And this is a unit that, to be frank, doesn't look like they've woken up yet. I mean, a punt and a turnover on their first two drives.
And I think the game's starting to take shape a little bit now. And I'm going to take it into the basketball world. When you're having trouble scoring or moving the ball in basketball, what do? Get it to their best player, right? Find a matchup, create it, exploit it, and try and move the football.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory, down at the 31. They'll run with Gillisley. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
Something to watch here in week 1 of the season, tackling. Because you and I both know that in the preseason, a lot of these guys don't play a whole lot. Plus the intensity and the speed really ratchets up on opening week.
Into the red zone, it's Brady. Man open, it's Goodwin. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. A 20-yard touchdown as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here.
Hey, Orbit.
Off the play fake. Dowdy. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. And that is the 3rd sack this offensive line has allowed this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game, I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center.
Hey, high 7. Yep. 2.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Downey. Looking downfield, and that's caught right side. He's got his man. And he's taken down right at the 45-yard line. These two teams all tied after 1. Give him 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Tough running there. That's a hard-earned 4 yards.
Yeah, those are the unsung kind of runs. They don't fill up the stat sheet, but they do set you up in good position on second down.
To throw on second down. Downey, he'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is going to be intercepted. A great read, and it's picked off. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
And that's a great example of ball skills right there, partner. You and I do a lot of games, and I can't tell you how many guys look to run with the football before they've intercepted it. So that's a nice job of focusing on the task at hand and coming away with the interception.
They throw right away, and that's complete out on the right side. And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. That goes as a gain of 11 and a Patriot first down. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Look at me, zipper.
Line 52. Here we go.
Now.
Working from the gun, it's Brady. He sets to fire deep, and he fires one that's intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will finally get him, but not until he's all the way down inside the 15-yard line. I tell you what, credit is due there on them preventing the touchdown after that interception.
How about him chasing him down and not giving up the pick six? Because what happens a lot of the time is when you see the interception, you just kind of hang your head a little bit and you momentarily pause.
And he'll take this into the end zone for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Grant, already his second touchdown here this opening weekend. And the Dolphins have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They trail a one-score deficit, 14-7, as they come up 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception from the last drive. He'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line.
60 Pittsburgh. Rock it.
They'll run on first down. Grant. And very little there. He might have gotten a yard. Yeah, I think he got a yard to the 41.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
2nd and 9 now. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you did? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Dolphins on 3rd down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 9.
Under 10. 10.
Now.
43 is the mic, boy.
Ready?
This is Grant. And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. It's a gain of 5, but it'll lead to a 4th down.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we've got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you've got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They trail by 10, 17-7 as they come up on a 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
On set. 80 weapons.
Defense wins championships, baby.
From the gun, it's Brady. Flushed out right. Now he'll let it go deep right. And the defense loses him. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds finally at at the 7. A big play there for New England. 45 yards. Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's first and goal just outside the 5. Trying to pound it in here with Michel. And he stopped immediately there. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be second and goal.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Check 25.
And that one covered beautifully. Their defenders stayed home, and they'll stop him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down. An extra defensive back on the field here for third and goal.
218, chop it.
Shotgun now for Brady. They'll be hit and taken down at the 21. The sack there by Bradley Chubb.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on third down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
The kick by Sanders is good. And they're back within a touchdown. It's 17-10. So a good snap, good hold, and right down the middle.
Never in doubt. Just the way you used to hit them, partner.
You mean like kicking the ball?
Exactly.
Well, that was in high school.
Doesn't matter. I don't care what level. You hit them, they go through.
Let's go.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes, we'll again head down to visit with Jonathan Coachman in Orlando, back for another year. He'll have scores from around the NFL here on this opening weekend. Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Looking to throw on second down. Dowdy flush to his right. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Now the Patriots will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
50, plant.
Not today.
Hey, exit.
Watch two. Check.
From the gun, Dowdy. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. And unable to connect, incomplete. Now, give them credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Let's go, baby.
Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Let's go.
New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. On 2nd and 12, Brady. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And they will finally bring this run back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college, and our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense. D lineman, you play the run. Linebackers, be aware of anything. And secondary, you play the pass. That way, you're all set, ready for whatever they put out there.
It's second and goal, back to the 8-yard line now. Here's Grant. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to third and goal.
Partner, I know we're in a goal-to-go situation, but my goodness. Think about running the ball here. Not even a thought, is it?
Defensively, they're in a prime spot.
And I think the defensive guys are probably expressing themselves to them as well. I wouldn't run it here, guys. You might want to try throwing it.
From the gun on third down. Dowdy. He may try and run for this. The decision to tuck and run gets him 3, but that's not enough. Now it's 4th.
Well, partner, nothing comes open here, so he decides to escape out of there, and he doesn't pick up a first down, but he does gain additional yardage to set up a possible field goal attempt if they decide to go that route.
So a late turnover leads to a quick drive, and in turn that quick drive leads to 3 points.
So someone makes a mistake, but how about the other side learning from that mistake, taking care of the ball, and making sure they put some points on the board? Well done.
And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They have the ball here for the inaugural drive of the second half. Pretty big deficit, though. We'll see what adjustments were made in that locker room.
And I never want to make something more important than it actually is, right? I don't want to create more hype than what is there. But this is I'm doing it, though. This is a really important drive. And we often talk about teams scripting plays to start a game. A lot of them script to start the second half, too. And they're scripting something that they expect to get them into the end zone and back into this game.
We'll see if that script is a good one for them. A big play there on the catch and run. 58 yards. Line of scrimmage moves from their own 25 all the way to the red zone now for 1st and 10.
Hey, foxtrot.
Operating from the gun, Brady. And that's going to be caught for a Patriot touchdown. From 17 yards out, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and the lead is down to a field goal. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. This fielded at the 2. They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Ready up.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they had 3 points last time, but they didn't want 3 points because they were well within range of scoring a touchdown. We'll see if they can do better now.
I'm with you on that one. Let's just go ahead and be frank about the whole thing. The only one happy about the 3-point
kicker.
Exactly. He put it through the post. That's going to help him at contract time. But that offense, they're thinking, let's get in the end zone this time.
I don't know if that helped him at contract time. You could have kicked that one through.
I don't know about that.
Toe bash.
I don't know about
toe
that.
bashed it.
Super toe.
To throw on second down. Dowdy under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Man, he got in there so quickly, Charles. What could the offense have done to adjust and account for that?
But what you're hoping is that you figure out and you see and get a clue that maybe there's going to be some pressure coming at you, and you change the blocking schemes. Maybe you go to max protection. The biggest one is maybe you bring your running back in to try and keep you clean. But in that case, that didn't happen. Zero accountability, and a sack resulted.
Hey, Charlie! Hey! Leo! Let's go!
Throwing on third and long. Dowdy. Eluding the pressure right. Under pressure again, and down he goes again.
Brandon, what I remember most about playing with guys who knew how to rush the passer, they would just tell you, just cover people for me, just long enough for me to get there. And that's exactly what happened on that play.
A very nice job on the run back there. He'll get 23 yards all told. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And things are starting to move in the right direction. They get the touchdown last drive, then their defense gets them the football back.
Yeah, now they have a chance to get the lead if they can put something together here. I'm eager to see how they decide to do it. They want to be methodical, or do they want to take the big strike and go after it right now?
And he'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one good for 33 and a first.
First and 10 at the 22-yard line.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for first and 10. And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
From the 16, Brady sliding out of the... And a big loss here as he's taken down. Bradley Chubb picks up his second sack of the afternoon.
And that's his second sack of the game, but this player, disruptive in all phases, whether he's going upfield, coming underneath, you name it. He's a big-time guy you have to block.
Now a third down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. Just a little beyond the reach there of his receiver. That's probably one he wishes he had back.
He wishes it had been 7-on-7 in practice, or maybe even routes versus air, because that's a completion he makes, 9.9 times out of 10, just missed that one.
So he splits the uprights, and has to be a nice feeling. Right when it left his foot, knew it was good.
Yeah, just like a good three-point shooter in basketball, right? Release the ball, fall back on defense without even looking. You know it's going in the hoop.
And not a bad return here. He gets it out to the 25-yard line. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12.
Hey, wahoo! Watch two.
From the gun, Dowdy. Going right side here, and that's complete. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for third down. An extra corner comes on now for the Patriots D on third down. They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. 3 yards there, good enough to keep the drive moving. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10.
Hey, Orbit. Go.
Operating from the gun. Dowdy forced out to his left. Throw left side complete. That's Grant. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards for the Dolphins there as they've got themselves a first down. So into Pat's territory now. Here's 1st and 10 at the 46. Buying time to his left. He'll try and run it. He'll get just a yard on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dowdy, they're going to set up the screen here. This is Grant. And he'll be brought down, it looks like right at the 40. Give him 5 on the screen play, and that'll set up a 3rd down.
Watch 7. Watch 2. All day, dog.
From the gun on 3rd down. Dowdy, he'll rifle this one deep right. A 50-50 ball here, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I've never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
And a short pickup here as he'll get across the 10 to the 11-yard line. Just a couple there on the 2nd down run. Now they're staring at a 3rd and 8 situation.
Well, that's a good start to this drive on the defensive side of the ball.
Force the incompletion on 1st down. Then you're able to shut down the running play on 2nd.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised now. A little bit of pressure going at the quarterback in an expected passing situation.
New England on 3rd down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This is 3rd and 8. Now Brady. And he's going to go down right near the goal line. The officials look at each other. They're going to mark him at the 1-yard line. The sack by Jordan Willis. The Patriots send out their punter as the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. So a short drop, but he's able to get it out, and this is a good kick. Taking it about the 36. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Dolphins will begin this drive in great field position, 1st and 10. Just week 1, but already plenty of intrigue with the games going on, and this one no different as we come up on a 1st and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Nick Kwiatkowski able to maneuver in for the sack.
This has been a tough one for this offensive line. It appears almost like they've been on roller skates this entire game, the way they've been pushed around. 6 sacks given up in this one.
Let's go.
On 2nd down now. It's Grant, and that play goes nowhere. Taken down, losing yardage at the 50, right at midfield. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face an uphill battle here on 3rd and long.
70, Indy. Look at me. Door. Hey, Zoo.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Damon Harrison bringing in 341 pounds of power for the sack.
This offensive line flat out cannot handle this pass rush. We've seen it demonstrated time and time again to the tune of 7 sacks in this game thus far.
Officially, that'll go as a 52-yard punt. Not too shabby. And the Pats will be backed up deep to get the drive started as they take over 1st and 10. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. He'll have a first down and more past the 20. And finally taken down at the 34. A big-time run there by Sony Michel. 59 yards.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
They'll get the first down and more inside the 20. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. A great effort there. 34 yards. And they're able to break the tie and move out in front here in this fourth quarter. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and they will take a 7-point lead.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Strip that ball. Hey, exit.
Throwing again. Dowdy. He's going to rifle one deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. A big play there for the Dolphins. 49 yards.
50 play.
Clock running under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10.
Check, 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 check.
From the gun, Dowdy. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Read it well, and it's picked.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
Hey, Haywood. 94 is the mark. 94 is the mark. Get it.
So after the INT, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in.
And it is true. You can draft the fastest. You can draft the most athletic guys. But if they don't know the art of positioning, sometimes it's all for naught. In this case, in the right spot, help force the incompletion.
Yeah, had his hands on it for a second. Would have been a tough catch, though. Falls incomplete. And now where are they going to mark him here? Well, they say he did get back to the 1-yard line, but that could have easily been 2 points the other way. Possibly a turning point. Big play coming. This is 3rd and long.
Hey, Echo. Hey, ready?
In his own end zone, it's Brady. Oh, it stays up. And the most curious way there to burn some clock. That was wild. And at the end of all that, it winds up a safety. All right, Charles, help me out here. 4th quarter, you've got the lead, and you run backwards into the end zone. You're just trying to do too much.
I almost don't have words for it. But, you know, every coach that we talk to talks about running backs or people running the football, running north-south, getting upfield. He went way in the opposite direction, and that's going to cost his team.
Yeah, it cost him big time. Still leading, but it costs him.
Got it.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with 3 interceptions thrown already, we'll see. Do they rely more on the ground game here?
They may have to change things offensively to try and settle things down, not just for the guy throwing the ball, but for the rest of the offensive unit, because their confidence has to be shaken a little bit. And you just wonder, is the backup going to start to warm up a little bit over on the sideline?
A big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already. Operating from the gun. Dowdy. It gets it into the arms of Parker. Complete. A gain of 6 there on first.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 49-yard line.
4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game.
You got it. You got it.
So the Dolphins have it as we welcome you back in. They come up on a second down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down the wire. Back to throw. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And he is going to lose yardage here. Fourth down now after a loss of 2. And down by 5. They've got to go for it here on fourth down.
Hey, box truck, box truck. Go.
On fourth down, Dowdy, he's going to let it fly. This is caught inside the 15. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. Corey Grant with now 3 Week 1 touchdowns. And the Dolphins are going to jump back in front. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. From the gun, Dowdy. And this is caught. And it's a 3-point game. So that effort gives him a 3-point cushion and guarantees that a field goal going forward won't beat them.
Yeah, and that's really good strategy because that's all you care about. Not getting beat at this stage. At least give your team a fighting chance.
And not a bad return. Here he gets it out to the 25-yard line.
Here we go.
The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time,
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
Rap. 52's the mic right here, over there, right? 52's the mic.
I smell fear in that offense.
They'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
And now the third down throw incomplete as well. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions. They're giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Let's go. Let's be grip.
They'll go for it. It's Brady. And this would have been intercepted if he could have gotten the feet in. He didn't, so it's incomplete. Boy, that one really could have turned this thing upside down. So now it may look bleak, but this one not over. They do have all 3 timeouts.
Even at this point on the field, where it looks like, you're really backed up, hold them to a field goal. That's the mantra right now. You hold them to a field goal, you still got a chance.
Taking it right down Broadway. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. 25 yards to the house. And the Dolphins are able to extend that advantage. Extra point right down the middle. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get it up to the 29-yard line. New England with a first down as they begin the drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought.
Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Bradley Chubb in there to drop him as that clock continues to run. To throw is Brady. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
They went with a dime look on defense. 2 extra defensive backs on the field and covered up essentially every blade of grass. That allowed them to disrupt the play.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down.
52's the mic, boys. 52. Yeah. 52.
Now Brady. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And he takes us beyond the 35 before going out of bounds. It'll be a pickup of 16, but they'll remain short of the marker, and it's fourth down. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter, let's see how this plays out. Now Brady. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Patriot first down.
First and 10 at the 46-yard line.
90, Wolf, pilot, 64, weak.
Check curls, check curls, check curls. Check 3, check.
You're out.
Check the hot read. Check 4, check 4.
Check go.
Brady to throw. It's caught inside the 25. And he is into the end zone for the touchdown. So they still need a miracle with a clock where it's at, but they get one piece to the puzzle done.
Still have hope. No, we're not cheering. No, we're not rooting, but I am excited about this, and I know you are too. We got a ball game again after that big-time strike.
Big-time strike, and you are right. Don't go anywhere yet. This thing's not done. And they've got it. They recovered it. Wait, hang on now, though. There's a penalty flag down. A big mistake in that spot. You got to let it go, Tim.
They didn't give themselves a chance. They had an opportunity, touched it first. Now they're in a really bad spot.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And I think this defense knew what was coming as he is smothered behind the line. And a timeout comes in. The whistle's blown with 3 seconds remaining. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. They go back to Grant. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Now a second timeout called for by the defense.